Hi everyone, it's Joe. Welcome back to another Ramble. It is Friday, August 14th, at 3:05 a.m. with a thunderstorm going outside. So I'm very sorry if that's very audible. Okay, this is a Ramble for Wednesday, August 12th. Alright, and then right after this one, I'm going to do Thursdays, so we're totally caught up. Alrighty, so Wednesday, I woke up and their schedule for Wednesday was from 5 to 2. So I woke up, I was downstairs by, say, 11:30-ish, had some breakfast, and then I called up HR around, I think it was around noon. There's always the chance that my times are wrong in these, and if they are, I'm very sorry. So I called up HR, and I actually managed to get through to her. Shocker. So I explained to her that I said, talk to you about my leave, talk to the leave company about my leave. They told me to call you or talk to you again, So I'm talking to her and I explained to her that the leave company said I've exhausted my leave. And she said, yeah, you've used up all the leave you can. Now all you can do is you it's really weird because she said She said something about a second leave. So I said something about it. And she goes, well, no, don't do a second leave because your first one will get canceled. And I said, okay, what do I do? I've never had this happen before. And she says, well, basically what it boiled down to was request those days off and hope they get off. Or something to that effect. So I have requested them off already multiple months in advance. And I hope that they get approved. If not, I don't know what to do. Hopefully it's at least, of the days, I hope it's at least the ones further out. Like, if days I have to work, I hope they're the ones further out from when school ends and not, like, the day I'm graduating and whatnot. Because that would be less than ideal. So, yeah, talked to HR, finally. And then I was playing... I was playing Telltale's Guardians of the Galaxy, and I'm trying to remember how far I was yesterday. Actually, hold on. I can check my achievements if you give me just a second, because PlayStation tracks everything. Let's take a look here. Okay, so we're talking about the 12th. Okay, so once I got a hold of HR, I was playing Guardians of the Galaxy, and I finished episode 1. I started and finished episode 2. What on earth? I see what it is. Okay. Yeah, I started and finished episode 2. Started and finished episode 3, and then after that point, I took a small break from playing it. I'm trying to remember what it is that I did. I probably played some GTA Online, but I don't remember exactly, unfortunately. Had some dinner eventually, helped my mom with her exercise and whatnot, and then I did eventually go back on Guardians of the Galaxy, but I didn't end up finishing anything of episode 4 because Lumi texted and she was like, hey, do you want to do a call? Like, we weren't going to play anything, but she just wanted to chat while she played stuff and I played stuff. So we were on call for a decent while. She played Warframe, I played GTA, and then at one point I had briefly installed Warframe to check my old stuff, like to look at it all. Then I uninstalled it, like it's already gone. I mean, all the stuff is still saved, obviously, but And then after the call, I pretty much went to bed shortly after. I may have played some Guardians of the Galaxy now that I think about it, but I'm pretty sure I went to bed relatively soon after. And then that was my Wednesday. overall, decent enough day aside from the little bit of complication from Walmart. So here's hoping that everything just gets approved, that everything goes fine. They have however many months of notice in advance. I can't be here these days. Hopefully they, and I love how whenever I bring this stuff up on the phone, they're like, well, since you restricted your availability, yes, I did, which I have valid reason for, which I have explained to you why the reason is. I understand that my availability is restricted, but you can't just keep shoving it back in my face. I explained to HR specifically why it was restricted. I can't go into detail here why it was, but I gave them an extremely valid reason, and they seem to understand. But yeah, anyway, I'm going to go ahead and ramble here before I get heated about that, because that's a completely different discussion that we don't need to have. So as always, if you liked listening to, hit like, leave feedback in the comments below, subscribe, and turn on post notifications to stay updated on things I post. And as always, don't forget, your support means the world to me. I love you all, and most importantly, I wish my best to you more than anyone else, anything else in the entire world, and I can't wait to talk to her again, hang out with her, and okay, we're gonna wait and see if I can come up with something in the next one, which I'm gonna do right after this. So, I'll be back momentarily with today's ramble. Until then, bye.